when we have multiple search and rescues going on at the same time and having to split those resources.
It's been a long week for search and rescue crews as 7 rescues have been conducted just here in Salt Lake County.
And with the warm weather, another busy day for those out on the trails. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Brian Schnee.
And I'm Amy Ney. Fox 13's Spencer Joseph joins us now from the Ferguson Canyon trailhead. Spencer, what have you learned?
Well, today we've learned a lot about these crews and a lot about all of the efforts that they're putting in. In fact, right behind me, the trailhead of Ferguson Canyon, this was the site of one of those search and rescues, one of those 7 over the last 8 days. That's a lot for these crews, and now they're asking everybody that are taking to these trails to make sure you're as prepared as possible to make sure you prevent as much as you can your risk of having to be rescued. It's a beautiful day along the Wasatch Front.
Utah has beautiful country, and we want you to be out in our mountains.
But as hundreds of people are hitting the trails as the weather is warming up, the thrill doesn't come without danger.
The last 8 days, we've been on 7 callouts, which is a lot. I mean, let's be honest. That's almost 1 a day we're going on.
Each of these pictures shows Unified Police and the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Search and Rescue Team made up of all volunteers responding to those calls.
A couple of these over the last couple of days have been incredibly technical rescues.
One of those places they've responded to is Ferguson Canyon.
This is pretty much my backyard. I've been hiking up here for years.
This is Corey, and he knows this trail well.
Fairly well, yeah. It seems like to me where people run into trouble is when they stumble off trail.
Today is my day off.
Another one of those hitting the trails is Leslie Langua. And despite the successful hike, there's one thing she will remember next time.
Correct shoes for the trail.
Along with that, there's lots of other things you can do to reduce the risk of having to be rescued.
Be prepared to stay overnight.
If you're going alone, make sure somebody knows where you're going.
Lights. Especially if we've just seen here it's 5:30 at night and we have people just now heading up the trail.
Bring a phone.
Make sure your battery's full. If you become lost, we're able to GPS locate that cell phone and that can help us find you very, very rapidly.
And above all,
water. Lots and lots of water.
So with a flood of rescues coming in, be prepared. And if you do need these crews, they will always answer the call.
It's early in the year, it's early spring. Which, if it continues this way, it's stacking up to be an incredibly busy summer for these rescuers.
So that Salt Lake County Search and Rescue crew is actually 100% volunteers. They have normal lives and they leave those lives in order to come out here and actually rescue people. The Unified Police Department is saying it's really like a calling to these people, but it is stressful when they get multiple rescues at a time, and even though the team is full, it is very taxing. So do everything you can when you step on one of these trails to prevent as much as possible you having to be rescued. Live in Salt Lake County, Spencer Joseph, Fox 13 News, Utah.